We're live. It's alive. Oh my gosh. Allergies have been killing me lately. I don't know about you guys. Something sprouted. I think it's the ragweed. It came out early this year. That's what I think. Get this box off of here. That doesn't look professional. Okay, so welcome to the Writer's Life, place where you get the sight, sound, smells, taste of my particular writer's life, and where you get the truth about the writer's life. Subscribe if you haven't already. Punch the like button and tap the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on one single solitary exciting video. Don't forget to visit www.vinzandri.com, Vin, Zandri.com, to buy some of my books. A bunch of new stuff in there. New stuff coming out every single month. Brand new Chase Baker coming out in just, I don't know, I'd say a matter of about a week. I just got to finish up with the edits and get the cover done, and it's going to be ready to go. Chase Baker and the Pyramid of Madness. Basically, it has to do with like uncovering an ancient, very ancient civilization, millions of years old, that existed in like the South Pole. That was probably it very well could have been created by aliens. I'm not kidding. There's some decent proof that exists, and the government doesn't want to tell us about it. They don't think we can deal with it. Which leads me to today's topic, UFOs. So, I love science fiction. I love science fiction movies. I just watched The New Thing. Remember the movie The Thing? That it's been made twice. There was one that came out in like the 50s. It was kind of campy. Maybe it's good for its time, but you watch it today, it's kind of campy. But it's fun. And then there was the one with Kurt Russell that was like my generation. Came out in like 1980 or 81. That I watched like 100 times at my friends' houses. My dad wouldn't let us have cable, which in retrospect was a good thing at the time. Which I love that movie, the 1980-81 version. Wilford Brimley's in it, and they have to lock him up in a shed because they think he's one of the monsters, because the thing replicates anyway through blood cells. And Wilford Brimley's like, come on, guys. You remember how he used to just act like he was? Rather, he didn't act. He just was Wilford Brimley, and that's what you saw was what you got. He didn't try to act. So he was great. Anyway, why am I talking about the thing? Because of UFOs. Okay, so recently there's been a lot of hearings on the Hill down in that dump, DC, that corrupt dump, that swamp, regarding UFO sightings and encounters that U.S. military, especially aviation, like Air Force or whatever, have encountered. And a lot of them just shut up about it because they don't want to be, defined as lunatics or crazies or whatever. They don't want to be canceled. Anyway, so I have like an opinion on this matter. First of all, okay, look at, if you've ever seen a stealth bomber, and I've seen one fly over. I've seen one in action a couple 3 times. These things are amazing craft. They're just they move so fast. And the ones that I saw were going slow. And their maneuverability is like, they can do a vertical, like, I can't even imagine how fast they really are capable of flying. And that technology started in the 50s and 60s. Really, it started during World War II. German engineers started stealth technology, and German engineers came up with the flying wing as far back as 1930s. And they put it into operation during World War II. Wasn't enough to do anything. At first, one of the versions had propellers, and then another version towards the end of the war was jet powered. They also had a small little flying wing that was rocket powered. So like we're going back almost 100 years. And so like if that kind of technology existed back then, you can just imagine the technology that they have under wraps at the Skunk Works. Is that in Nevada? I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm not an expert in any of this stuff, so I'm just talking out my ass half the time. Not really, but you know what I mean. So I think some of the sightings are definitely modern military aviation technology for sure. Have we actually encountered real crashed UFO ships and their pilots, little green men? I think it's possible. I mean, if a technology is advanced enough, first of all, if they can reach us, then they're so far ahead of us. Like we're just like, we're dumber than cavemen. That's not to make fun of cavemen. If you identify as a caveman, all the respect to you. I got to say that in this day and age. Can you believe that? They just would be so advanced. So like if we even had this technology at our, in our arsenal, I don't think we'd know what to do with it. Because you have to reverse engineer it before you can engineer it for our purposes. And so that guy Bob Lazar, who was at Area 51 and who spoke, has gone on Joe Rogan and talked about what he saw, and he's kind of a whistleblower. Like he described, like they, back in the crashes of the 1940s in Roswell, that they got like this power orb. And they've been trying to reverse engineer it for 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, whatever it's been. And I think maybe it's possible now we've figured it out. It's a power source. But also there's other aspects. Maybe other alien technologies have figured out how to move through the dimensions and move through black holes and how to bend space and time. Even Einstein said you can bend space and time. Time is not a constant. You can play with it. There's no singularity involved there. So if you can bend time, it means you can either go back in time or you can move in warp speed, and you can move from one galaxy to another, one universe to another. Okay, so there's that. And then also, maybe it's quite possible that humanity does not blow itself up. We're this close to it, but it's possible that we don't, and that what we're actually witnessing is ourselves come back from the future. There's us only, a couple thousand years in the future, or 1,000 years in the future, something like that. So that's a possibility. There's a lot of possibilities. Another possibility is this presidency is crashing and burning, and anyone who denies it is just lying to themselves. And that reopening the UFO thing is sort of a distraction. Kind of keep your eye off the ball. Because in my opinion, I think the president is going to be replaced as a candidate in 2020, and they don't know who to pick and what's going on here. And the more they cut, they try to kill Trump with 1,000 cuts or whatever they're trying to do. It's only making it more popular, and I'm not choosing either side. That's for another station, not mine. I'm just telling you what's going on. So anyway, I just wanted to discuss UFOs, but there's certainly UFOs still remain very popular science fiction, and you can see why. It's fascinating, and in movies. Like I said, I began this thing by talking about The Thing, and I watched the most recent one. In this one, like the Kurt Russell character is played by a female who's really good. She does a great job. She's also kind of hot. Even says the guy who's old enough to be her dad. So what? We're both adults. All right, that's all I got. Somebody's chiming in. Let me know if your opinion on the UFO thing. I saw the original The Thing movie when I was in junior high. Says, I can't see, man. Says Droseekum. I don't know. Droseekum? Am I pronouncing that right? It was scary and a little far-fetched at the same time. Yeah. Destination Moon was another strange one at the time. Good memories. Destination Moon. Why have I never heard of that? I'm going to check that out. Destination Moon. Thank you for that. I love finding out about like these new movies from a while ago. Does that make sense? It's new for me. All right, that's all I got. If I don't come to you tomorrow, it means I'm doing module 8 of the Writer's Life Mindset class. Don't forget about that. It's almost done. A couple 3 more modules, and I'll be done with it. And then you guys can start digging into it if you want. Like I said, I'm going to put it into book form, and you can just buy it right off of Amazon. And where else other great ebooks are sold. My name is Diana, not Dota. Thank you for that. Thanks for chiming in. All right, I will see you guys. If not tomorrow, then Wednesday, God willing. Ciao, ciao.